Hey, I'm Bruce the Alligator Man, and this is Brother Scott.
Yes, sir.
And he's with that church. Which church?
That church.
That church. What they have is a Dad's Day, right?
Yeah, Dad's Fest.
Dad's Fest out there. So y'all need to come on out here and see him at that church.
That's right. Father's Day. Come and hang out with us.
Father's Day, come and hang out with them at that church.
Yeah.
And it was just big, nothing but every 50 foot there was a big alligator.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd paddle through here with that P-row, and then, oh man, I was scared to death. They'd hit that water, and then you didn't know where they was.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that was just terrifying.
And you've been hunting alligator how long?
Well, I got pictures of me and my grandpa when I was 2 and 3 years old. See, it was illegal back then. And then in the 60s sometime, I don't remember exactly what year, they quit. You couldn't, it would put them on an endangered species.
Right, right.
So I had to quit a while. And then they started back in the 80s, you know, letting you come out in the wild and catch them again. So if you had land. And the way this works is like this, people don't understand this. Let me explain something. Like this piece, this square right here,
right,
is my land,
right.
Okay? The wildlife fisheries gonna come on my land and survey it. And they'll look, see how many gators I got and see how many I need to take off. And that's how you get your tags.
That's your tags.
That's your tags. And nobody can come on your land, and you can't go on nobody else's land.
Yeah.
And that's the way that works.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the most dangerous story with an alligator? You're like, holy cow, I barely made it through that.
There's been so many of them. I've been pulled out the boat so many times on top of these gators. I don't think about that kind of stuff. It don't bother me. It really don't bother me. I worry more about when I got somebody with me.
Yeah.
That's worried about somebody else or pointing a gun at me,
yeah.
Stuff like that. You know, I worry about stuff like that. You know, getting cut. If y'all notice, I'm real safe on my boat. Me and Ron's real safe. I tape up my gator's mouths. I've always done that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm the only one that does that. The reason I do that, I'd be back here by myself. You know, because like I told you earlier, I would get up real early, and I was starting. You can't run your lines till daylight.
Right.
As soon as daylight hit, I was on my last line already.
Yeah.
That's where I started.
Yeah.
And I'd hurry up and run back down, catching my gators, and go back to the slaughterhouse. I'd skin mine, and by the time I got mine through skin, the other people were bringing theirs in, because we used to buy the gators, whole gators from people, and skin them. We'd give them the hide back, keep the meat, and process the meat. So I was always by myself, so I would tape them mouths up. I had one come after me one time, and after that I just started taping them. And then I had my old dog Tyler. He was always with me, and I was scared one of them was going to come back to life, and we call it coming back to life, but he's not really. You didn't really kill him all the way. You stunned him, and we call it coming back. And I've done had them chase me out of the boat, and funny thing, every time this happens, your rifle's gonna be in the front and you're gonna be in the back.
That's right.
And it's funny. But the gator chase you, and you got to bail out.
You gotta go.
You got to go.
Everybody knows you. We noticed at the gas station. Everybody knows you.
Oh yeah, they wave, cut up, and I take a picture with everybody. And I feel, you know, a lot of people don't do that. They let a lot of this stuff go to to the head and stuff.
Sure.
I'm just an old country boy, and that's all I'm gonna be.
Right, right.
You know,
Right.
My wife been trying to change me for years. It won't work. I am who I am, and it's just that. I'm sorry, but that's me.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
If I see you with a flat tire, I'm gonna stop and help you. It don't matter if I got my suit on or what.
That's awesome.
It's just the way it is. And you know, if I see somebody wants a picture with me, if I can make that person smile just one time that day, you don't know what the other person's going through.
That's true.
You never do.
That's good.
You never.
Yeah.
You know, used to the farmers, you know, you'd have to farm and do this and that to work. But nowadays, it's different. You go off to a job. My grandpa always said air conditioning's gonna ruin this world.
Right.
And them plants. Yeah. And my daddy was raised on a farm. Okay. And he thought DuPont was the greatest thing in the world. DuPont is a big chemical company.
Yep.
About 45 miles from him. My daddy got a job there.
Mm-hmm.
And daddy, from the time he got that job, he wouldn't let us grow a big garden at the house. I'd go to my grandpa's next door and grow it. And daddy, he said, as long as these plants are here, we got money for food. Well, my grandpa would always say, boy, them plants are ruining the world.
Mm.
They're taking the daddy to work, and he's not teaching these kids how to farm and raise a garden. And I see it now.
Absolutely.
And
Change the generation.
And my other grandpa Abear, they had I think one of the first air conditioners I ever seen. And Grandma had put it in the kitchen. We'd get off the school bus in the evening and run up there just to sit in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And my grandpa said, that's gonna ruin the world. I said, Papa, come here, it's nice and cool, you know. It's nice and cool. And he said, it's gonna ruin the world. I said, how? He said, well, you see in the evening, we used to go around, we sit on our front porch, we walk down the road, see our neighbors, and this, I'm talking about almost 50 years ago, this was told to me.
Sure.
My grandpa said, there's gonna be a day, if y'all keep staying inside, he said, there's gonna be a day you won't even know your neighbor.
He's
I
right.
said, there's no way.
That's right.
But that day is here.
That's right. It is.
It's here.
It is. It was one of the best decisions you made as a dad.
I don't know. Once you have kids, that's it.
Yeah.
I think, you know.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna put it like this, kind of like having an old hound dog.
Uh-huh.
Once you got a hound dog, he's yours.
Yeah.
You got to feed it. You got to take care of it. You got to teach it.
Yeah.
And same with the kids. You got to teach them every day.
Yeah.
Every day. And you know, I'm 56 years old. I'll be 57 in July. I still like to get up and learn something every day.
Yeah.
And with the kids, teach them to work, good work. You got to lead by example.
Sure.
You know, you can't tell your kids you need to work and this and that and do this and take care of this and that, and here you are laying back watching TV all day.
Absolutely.
You got to get out and do stuff.
Sure.
And same with my kids. My kids would go out here. They'd come out here fishing with me and hunting. My oldest daughter, she don't care for hunting that much. She knows how.
Right, right.
She can.
Right.
In a push-to-shove situation, she could come out and shoot a deer or catch a fish. She
Sure.
don't like to, but she can.
Right, right.
You know, and that's what you got to teach kids. You got kids won't. Their brains are nothing but like a big sponge.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you're doing stuff with them, they want to learn.
That's good.
So you got to be with your kids to teach them.
That's good. That's very good. And today you see sometimes where people pick career and other things. It's kind of a distraction, not really knowing how big a priority those kids need to be. Living out here and being able to see creation and working in the environment and fishing and hunting and frogging and everything else. What has that shown you about God?
Well, it's taught me how you know, God will provide.
Yeah.
You know, it always happens. You're gonna get enough.
Yeah.
And that, you know, that's the main thing in life.
It's good.
You get enough.
It's good.
He's always gonna provide for you. Always. You know. A lot of times one door closed and you say, oh my goodness, what am I do? What am I do? What am I do? Don't worry about it. Because he's fixing to kick up 2 brand new big doors wide open with escalators. And you know, that's the way life is.
That's true. That's good.
We've been so lucky, you know. We lost the farm and I was so worried for a whole year. And I was used to working. We worked that farm for 32, 33 years,
Wow.
7 days a week.
Wow.
Every day. And I get up 3 o'clock. Be working at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Then get home 9, 10, 11. When all the stuff hit, which was bad and it's still bad and sad, we were stuck right there in my yard. I didn't have a job. I didn't know what to do. Well, swamp people come along. I said, well, I'll do whatever, you know. They're going to pay me a couple $1,000. And that's all it was about the first year or two. It wasn't no money.
Yeah.
And still not no money, but, you know, it's led to so much other stuff. So I was worried to death, you know, and I was killing myself, working 7 days a week. When you work like that, you don't get to spend all the time with your family like you should.
That's right.
So this, you know, it's really been bad, and I've seen the bad part, but it's really good.
That's right.
I sit there in my yard watching this farm go down, wondering why, and then other doors just started opening. And you know, sometimes change is good.
That's awesome.
It's hard to accept it.
Yeah.
It really is. It's hard to accept it, but you got to, you know, sometimes when you just can't fight stuff all the time.
It's good.
It's meant to be. Something else is good's gonna come out of it.
That's right.
You know, you think you're just going in the dark, but you're not. You've been led.
That's right. And he's trustworthy. You can trust him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. You're right about that.
That's good.
And I've never been hungry.
That's good. That's good.
Never been hungry. Worried about shutting the light bill off a couple times, but other than that, no. I've always been hungry, and that's all we're gonna get out of life anyway.
That's right.
You know.
Very true.
That's what you know. You got to eat.
That's good.
As long as you eat,
that's right.
I'm happy.
Amen. Preach it. Preach it.
Yeah, a lot of people think they need a new house. And that's another thing. When me and my wife got married, we didn't have nothing, and we still got just about everything left.
That's perfect. We didn't have nothing, and we just got everything left. Now that is a quote.
But you know, we seen a lot of our friends. We got married. Well, let me start this story from the beginning.
All right.
We met when we were 13. She was 13. I was 15. Okay, we dated for a good while, and then we got married. We've been married for 37 years now.
Wow.
And so, like I say, we were starting out, and I said she wanted to rent a house. I said no. I said let's go buy something. She said what? We don't have no money. I said well, we don't have no money to rent either. So we found a house trailer and we bought it, $134.40.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. That was a lot of money you know, in the 80s. So anyway, we struggled. We made payments on it, but it was ours one day, you know. But we had friends that would start working. I mean, getting married, and they'd you know, boy, he had a brand new truck. You know, I've only had one new truck in my whole life. One new truck. But they would get new trucks, bass boats to match the trucks, big fine brick houses. And I just scratched my head. I said, what did they do? How did they? Well, couldn't find out. They didn't own none of that, never did. And before long, something happened. They missed a house note, and they was coming to get the house. Then they wound up, the wives fighting and feuding. And so I found out all that stuff is not that important. You know, a big house is nice if you can do it.
You're right.
But it's not important. Your family's what's important.
That's good.
Your family's what's important.
That's right.
And so we still got our old house that's over 100 years old, but we still making it in it. It served its purpose, you know. But you don't need all that. You know, it takes you a long time to figure that out, though.
That's true.
You know, I'm hoping I'm saving somebody some trouble. You know?
That's right.
You know, what do you do in your house? You just sit there and watch TV and you go to bed and then eat. That's it. Well, you know, so you don't need all that mess.
That's good.
You know, you need a good boat, though.